Welcome to the Explainer. So what we're witnessing right now is one of the biggest shifts in modern finance, period. The old story of Wall Street versus DeFi is officially dead. The real story, the one that's unfolding right now, is how Wall Street is building its future on top of DeFi. And believe me, it is changing absolutely everything.
And this quote right here, it says it all, doesn't it? The fight is over. What's beginning is a new era of convergence. You have traditional assets getting blockchain superpowers, and at the very same time, DeFi is finally getting the kind of rock-solid stability it's always needed.
Now, to really understand just how big of a deal this is, we've got to take a quick step back and look at the first generation of real-world assets, or RWAs. This was all about one thing: bringing cash on-chain.
So what even are real-world assets, RWAs? Well, put simply, they're just a tokenized version of a traditional financial asset that lives on the blockchain. Think of it like a bridge that connects the trillions of dollars in TradFi to the speed and, the total transparency of DeFi.
And RWA 1.0 was totally laser-focused on just one asset, the US dollar. This gave us stablecoins like USDC, which quickly became the bedrock of the entire DeFi world. It was the money, the medium of exchange. And they were revolutionary for sure, but they were essentially just digital dollars sitting in an account, earning nothing.
But now? Oh man, now we have officially entered RWA 2.0, and this is a monumental leap forward. We are moving way beyond just tokenizing static cash. We are now tokenizing yield. This is the moment where all that capital sitting idle in smart contracts finally stops being lazy and starts being productive.
And who's leading this new wave? It's BUIDL, a tokenized fund from none other than Blackrock, the largest asset manager on the planet. I mean, this isn't some tiny crypto startup. This is the heart of the traditional financial system, creating a native, on-chain asset that invests in US Treasuries and just automatically drips a stable yield right into token holders' wallets.
Here's maybe the simplest way to think about it. If RWA 1.0 was your digital checking account for just holding dollars, RWA 2.0 is your native, on-chain, high-yield savings account. Your capital doesn't just sit there anymore, it actually grows, and it's backed by the stability of US government debt.
And that 5+% figure, that is absolutely critical. It's effectively importing the risk-free rate from the old financial world directly into DeFi. This is the foundational rate of return, the bedrock that all other riskier investments are measured against. And for the first time ever, DeFi has a native, stable, institutional-grade version of its very own.
Okay, let's take it up a notch. Because while tokenized treasuries give us that stable foundation, the real alpha, the higher yields, that's being found in a totally different asset class, private credit.
This is where it gets really interesting. We're talking about capital from DeFi pools directly funding actual businesses in the real world. On-chain credit protocols are creating entire markets for these loans. And because every single payment and the loan's health is tracked right there on the blockchain, you get real-time transparency. That's a massive, massive upgrade from waiting around for some quarterly report.
So, okay, we've got a stable yield from treasuries and we have a high yield from private credit. That's great. But the most crucial part is, what can you do with these new assets? It's not just about holding them. It's about using them to build a fundamentally better financial system.
And this is the absolute game changer. The most powerful use for these stable, yield-bearing tokens is as collateral. We're talking about using them to back the core infrastructure of DeFi, especially stablecoins, which, as we know, have historically been backed by much more volatile crypto assets.
And this whole flywheel is already spinning. This isn't just a theory. The top DeFi protocols are right now swapping out their volatile crypto collateral for these new tokenized treasuries. And as they do, the base layer of DeFi just gets more secure, more capital efficient, and it becomes inherently yield-bearing, making the entire system that much stronger.
This table really just lays out the entire journey perfectly. RWA 1.0 was about tokenizing cash for basic stability in exchange. Today, right now in RWA 2.0, we're tokenizing yield-bearing debt to use as way better collateral. And the next stop? Well, RWA 3.0 will almost certainly be about tokenizing real-world ownership itself, things like equity and real estate. So what does this all add up to? I mean, what are we really building here? We're building a system where a loan made to a business in the American Midwest can be tokenized, used as on-chain collateral to create a decentralized stablecoin, which is then used by someone in Southeast Asia, all with nearly instant settlement and complete transparency. This isn't just an upgrade. This is a whole new global financial system. Look,
This convergence is so much more than just a technical upgrade. It's a philosophical one, and it brings up some really critical questions for every single person building in this space, because the choices we all make today, they're literally defining the future of finance.
So first, let's talk about the elephant in the room. There's a real tension here, right? Does DeFi lose its soul? Does relying on assets managed by the biggest players in traditional finance totally undermine the core idea of decentralization that this whole movement was founded on? Is this a compromise we have to make for stability, or is it a step too far?
And finally, this really gets to the heart of trust and risk. I mean, what's actually better collateral? Is it the permissionless, decentralized nature of volatile crypto? Or is it the regulated, boring stability of US Treasuries that happen to be managed by Blackrock? There is no single right answer here, but the path this entire ecosystem chooses will shape everything. So what do you think?